online money or digital money started in 2009, right? But let me tell you, in 1993, there was an American cryptographer. I'm going to talk about cryptography and pick up these words. They are important. They are not difficult. Don't shut off. All right. He was a mathematician as well named David Chom, came up with an eCash. The company was called DigiCash, right? A digital payment system that was a technically perfect product, which made it possible to safely and anonymously pay over the internet. Way back in what? 1993. So it was perfectly suited on sending electronic pennies, nickels, and dimes over the internet. And Microsoft, looking at this technology, wanted to buy off DigiCash. But David refused the offer. And guess what happened in 1998? The company went bankrupt. And that was the end of it. Boom! Let's come to 2008. A decade later, that is 10 years later, we have a global financial crisis. It started in America. It was called the subprime mortgage crisis. What was happening there? The financial institutions in America were giving out loans, mortgage loans, to anybody that worked in the bank. They were not checking their affordability. They were not checking, doing a proper credit analysis of the person. And the people could not pay. And wow, there was a global crisis that started in America. It touched me here in South Africa. I remember very well in 2009, it was very hard. Well, South Africa was able to cushion it because it had a very powerful financial department, all right? But let me tell you here, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to come later in the slide as well. The reason that happened is that we had given more power to the financial intermediaries that they could abuse their power to the detriment of everybody else, right? A mistake done by an American banks touches the whole world, even me, an African in South Africa. Can you begin to realize that even our current financial system is not the safest? Let me tell you also that what happened is that 4 of the biggest banks in America went kaput. They collapsed. Lehman Brothers, they had to be paid more than 10 billion for them to be back in business, right? So a lot of people say Bitcoin is risky, this is a risky. Our current financial system is as risky as anything else, all right? So this is when an unknown person or persons by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto comes into the picture, brings out a white paper, and he says, we are creating a new protocol for a peer-to-peer electronic cash system using cryptocurrency called Bitcoin. Every one of us knows about Bitcoin, right? And maybe that's the only cryptocurrency that you know. All right, we will get into that. So that's the history basically of cryptocurrencies. And I hear a lot of my friends, religious friends. Hey, do you know religious friends? They will tell you Bitcoin is a scam. Bitcoin is 666. Guys, this is technology. I always laugh when they say that, this is technology. All right. So let's go further. All right. So Bitcoin now is introduced in 2009. Okay. What is cryptocurrency now? You're going to get why it is called cryptocurrency, right? So a cryptocurrency is a digital or a virtual currency. Digital means it doesn't have a physical existence. It's digits, right? Ones and zeros, digital. Virtual means that you cannot touch it, right? And we say that a cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptography. Write down cryptography. Now we're getting deep now. Write down cryptography. And I want you to always say that when you're speaking to your friends, right? Cryptography. You sound educated. So that is secured by cryptography, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend, right? So what is cryptography? Ladies and gentlemen, cryptography is the study and the practice of securing private information that they can only be read, received, or transmitted by unintended parties, by the intended parties, right? So it secures private information so that no third party can have access to that information. So in a nutshell, it's called what? Cryptography. What does it use? It uses what is called encryption. Write it down. Encryption and decryption. What is encryption? Let me give you an example. Encryption means basically you take an intelligent message, you jumble it up, you confuse the message by jumbling it up. That is encryption. So you are encoding a message, all right, so that only the person that has the code can be able to read that information or that message. That is encryption. And decryption is that because you have the code, you can be able to decipher the information. So that is what cryptography does, ladies and gentlemen. Can you begin to see here that we are talking about a technology that is scientific and mathematical, all right? So it involves encryption and decryption of the content using various methods and encryption keys. You are going to hear a lot about keys within the blockchain. What does a key do? It unlocks, right? Yes, and an intended third party would not be able to understand the information without the proper keys to decode. So many of you have been giving people your private keys because you don't understand blockchain. And we say with our academy, this is going to stop with immediate effect. All right. So Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency that was created that has been successful. All right. By the way, I mentioned 1993 that there was eCash, right? There's a cryptocurrency today called eCash, but it has nothing to do with what happened in 1993. All right. So let's move. Cryptographic. Every transaction that happens in the blockchain, ladies and gentlemen, is recorded and must be cryptographically verified. That's where now the cryptography comes in, right? To ensure that people trying to send Bitcoin actually own the Bitcoin they want to send. Why? What blockchain is actually doing is removing the double spend problem. Let me give you an example. You've got an email. You can send an email to 100 people and still remain with an email, right? Imagine you had one Bitcoin and you could send 1 million Bitcoins to 1 million people. So blockchain is actually solving the double spend problem. Okay. So cryptography also applies to how groups of transactions are added to the Bitcoin blockchain. We're going to talk about what is blockchain. Cryptography allows computers building the Bitcoin's blockchain to collaborate in an automated system of mathematical trust. Now, talk about mathematical trust. Today, we trust each other based on our characters, right? But we have digitized and democratized trust through the blockchain protocol. Wow, this is awesome, right? Let's carry on, ladies and gentlemen. Alternative coins. So a lot of people just know Bitcoin. I want to tell you that there's more than 10,000 cryptocurrencies in the market today. In fact, Bitcoin is not the best of the cryptocurrencies. There are better cryptocurrencies. In fact, when you look at other cryptocurrencies, they call them alternative cryptocurrencies because they are alternative to the mother of cryptocurrencies, which is Bitcoin. So we've got Ethereum, I've actually enlisted them in their market value, all right? So you've got Ethereum, you've got Binance, you've got Cardano, you've got Ripple, you've got Solana, Polkadot, Dogecoin, you've got Shiba Inu. They are a number of other alternative coins. And this is where you are going to make your money through our education, through all these other alternative coins. Together? So let's ask a question here. What does blockchain solve? What does blockchain solve? So before we get into any of the technical details behind blockchain technology, it's important to understand the problems that blockchain solves. Why do we need blockchain? And what does it do that our current technology can't do? That's the question that we need to answer now. So most people would agree that our institutions have flaws and aren't perfect solutions, right? Let's talk about the subprime crisis that happened in 2009. It was institutional flaws, institutional errors, right? So but they do solve problems of trust, right? So these institutions are very important in our lives. I mean, how do you take money from here to Nigeria without using a bank if you are not in the crypto space? Can you send your brother with 1 million and say, brother, go take this 1 million and go give it to my mom in the rural area in Nigeria? Do you think that money is going to arrive there? All right. So banks are actually solving a part of our problem, which is what? Which is trust. You don't trust anybody. Okay. And they've been doing this for years. So we're looking at how then do we digitize the trust that human beings and institutions are currently affording us, right? Through what? Through blockchain. So blockchain solutions. So the idea behind blockchain is to replace institutions run by imperfect human beings with technology that can do the job better and also empowers individuals. Let me say to you, today, ladies and gentlemen, there's robotics, there's artificial intelligence, there's data integrity, and the human element is being replaced in all areas of our lives. I always say that as I talk about robotics, I mean, even men are going to be replaced by robotics as husbands. All right? Because they can do a better job. So now this needs to happen also in the financial system. And this is what blockchain is bringing, guys. So if you could create a way for strangers to trust one another without needing a bank or a government as an intermediary, you tackle one of society's biggest bottlenecks. Why? Because the problem is what? Is trust. And blockchain is solving the trust problem. As I'm saying, as I've said earlier on, we are digitizing trust in a scientific, mathematical, and cryptographically. Now that's educated language, right? And I know that you now understand the technology because I've just explained the technology. So, but in order to do so, you need powerful system for creating what? Consensus. To say that this is legitimate between strangers. And the creators of blockchain believe that power lies in decentralization. So blockchain is about what? Is about digitizing trust and also decentralization. That's what blockchain does. So how do you come and say blockchain? Do you come and say Bitcoin is a scam? Are you saying technology is a scam? Wow, this is ignorance at its highest. All right. So blockchain solutions, basically all applications of blockchain and other cryptographic technologies are based around the concept of decentralization. Very important word, decentralization, because we have been living on a centralized system for the rest of since the dawn of history, right? So now, instead of a rigid, slow central authority making decisions and governing relationships, blockchain seeks to return regulatory power back to the individual. Instead of trusting a major institution, blockchain builds trust through consensus. Are we still moving together? All right, so I love you as students, eh? How does blockchain work? In simplest terms, blockchain uses a combination of cryptography, we know what cryptography is, and a public ledger to create trust between parties while maintaining privacy. It becomes very difficult and very technical, all right? And we are just going over on the overview here, all right? So how does it work? So while blockchain can include many more features, the fundamentals of the blockchain are in the technology's name, blockchain. Separate the names. If you are to understand the blockchain space, you need to be able to pick up the words, how they are combined together. You've got cryptocurrency, then you've got blockchain. So the block A block is a list of transactions from a certain time period. It contains all the information processed on the network within the past few minutes. The network only creates one block at a time, all right? Then the block is chained. So there's a chain right there. Each block is linked to the block before it using what? Cryptographic algorithms. Very difficult algorithms to compute and to calculate for us here as lay people, right? So the chain grows longer. Once a new block is created, the computers on the network work together to verify the transactions in the block and secure the block's place in the chain. Guys, that's why it's called what? Blockchain, right? Now, the most fundamental part of the blockchain is the ledger, okay? And what is a ledger? It's where information about the accounts on the network is stored. Right, so if you've got a bank account, who keeps the accounts of your bank account? It is the bank, right? But the ledger inside the blockchain is what replaces the ledger at a bank or other institutions. So for a cryptocurrency, this ledger usually consists of what? Account numbers, transactions, and balances. When you submit a transaction to the blockchain, you are adding information to the ledger about where currency is coming and where it is going. Guys, when you have this information, you are empowered. If somebody tells you anything negative about blockchain, then you realize they've got a mental, psychological ignorance problem, all right? So a blockchain ledger is distributed across the network. Every node on the network keeps its own copy of the ledger and updates it when someone submits a new transaction. So every transaction that goes into the blockchain is actually distributed not in one central place, but in all the computers within the network. That is why it is called a distributed, decentralized ledger, okay? Or a shared ledger. Right, so each blockchain technology has its own ledger and the various ledgers work. Now, this is very important for those that have been that are going to be operating in this industry, because each blockchain, so we've got a Bitcoin blockchain protocol, we've got an Ethereum blockchain protocol. These are two different what? Blockchains, guys. You cannot send Bitcoin to an Ethereum blockchain. You can't do that. A lot of people have lost so much money. They call me, hey, Brito, how do I get my Bitcoins back? I've just sent one Bitcoin to an Ethereum wallet and they've lost it. Imagine losing one Bitcoin through that technical ignorance. That's why this is very important, right? So we're moving. How blockchain works. Each blockchain technology has its own ledger. I've just mentioned that, and the various ledgers work very differently, just like Bitcoin and Ethereum work completely differently, right? So remember, blockchain was said to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Ethereum is even more powerful because it is not even a cryptocurrency, it is a cryptocurrency platform where you can create decentralized application on it, which Bitcoin cannot do. So they work differently, right? So I'm going to skip some of the stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. When you enroll, you are going to receive it on our website, okay? Right. So these transactions are verified. Let's say each and every transaction that happens, if you are sending Bitcoin to me, it's going to be cryptographically, please understand this word, it's going to be cryptographically verified. There's no cheating here, all right? So then the verifier will apply a cryptographic technique called hashing. You will probably have about the hashing rate and all that to each of the transactions. At its most basic definition, hashing takes a string of characters and generate another string of characters. So when you feed the input amount and output address to a hashing algorithm, it will turn the transaction into a string of characters unique to that transaction like this. That's a what? a hash. So if you have made a mistake or something, and you are maybe in a platform and you say this, I've sent my Bitcoin, I haven't received them. What they want is the hash. And this is what you are going to give them. With this, they can actually be able to trace the transaction. So this is actually an actual Bitcoin, a transaction hash from a Bitcoin blockchain. So what is hashing used to do? So hashing is used to standardize data while making sure that it hasn't been tampered with. So you cannot tamper with this because cryptography, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very, very powerful. All right. And these hashing techniques actually make it very secure. All right. So the blocks are also time-stamped. All right. So every transaction, you know exactly what time that transaction happened. All right. Time-stamped, and you have a block ID. So when you want to hack a blockchain, you've got to know the details of the previous block. And it's very, very, very impossible, ladies and gentlemen, to hack a blockchain. Yes, you can hack an exchange, but not the blockchain itself. All right. So that is where we're going to be talking about hot wallets and cold wallets. All right. So these blocks are linked together. So it's block after another block. So it's a chain of blocks. All right. Secure wallets. Guys, now, if you are going to be in the industry and you want to participate in the industry, you are going to need to understand about wallets. All right. So wallets, or how to secure store Bitcoin. People dealing with cryptocurrency use a wallet as a safe depository and an instrument for incoming and outgoing payments. So you have a wallet address where you receive your cryptocurrency. You can receive and you can keep and you can send out. All right. And let's analyze the available types of wallets and choose the most suitable one based on your objectives. What is your objective of being in the industry? So there are hot wallets and there are cold wallets, right? So what kind of wallet are you holding right now? Hot wallets and cold wallets, right? So now when you become a crypto millionaire, ladies and gentlemen, you will need to understand hot wallets and cold wallets, because you can't keep your trillions of US dollars worth of Bitcoins in a hot wallet. No, you can't. All right. So there are also warm wallets, but they are not usually often used. So cold wallets are used to store your coins. Cold wallets. Say you have $1 million US dollars worth of Bitcoins and you are not intending to sell them. You are not going to keep them in a hot wallet or in an exchange. You are going to keep it in a what? In a cold wallet. Why? Because the hot wallets, those are your exchanges and all that. A person, you've got these techno fundis that can hack an exchange and swipe the whole exchange of all these Bitcoins. Remember that happens about, it was 3 to 4 months back, right? So hot wallets, basically, it's a wallet where you keep your Bitcoins, where you are using them more often. I mean, let's say you are trading or you are buying and selling at an often time. That you'll keep in your hot wallet. So as a rule, a wallet has a private key and a public key. Guys, private means private. Private means private. There are things that are private. That is why we also have private parts that we don't go around publicizing. We have private things, and private things need to remain private. And we have public keys. Public, no, you can publicize. All right. So the private key belongs only to you guys. Don't give your private key to anybody. That's why we are educating you, because I've got people that have been giving me their private keys because they want me to do things for them, which is illegal. You can't do that. And you should never show that to anybody. You must keep it in mind as you sign all transactions with the key, okay? At the same time, someone can use public key to transfer money to your wallet. So public key, you can send me your public key so that I can send you my coins to you. Right. In such a case, you can do what? You should give this person your public key. The key can even be published on social networks because it's public, just like my public face. But there are things that belong to me that will never see, all right, that are private. So with the public key, there's nothing to worry about, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, I've run through our introduction to blockchain. There's so much to learn, technical stuff that you need to know. Now, I call that mental models. You know, when I get to a platform, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't take me a day to understand the full platform because I understand blockchain. I have the fundamental understanding how blockchain works, all right? And sometimes I wonder, but there are a lot of people that have been in the industry for a long time and they ask you questions that they should know. Why? Because they didn't do an introduction to what? To blockchain technology. It's deep. But for today, we're going to pause here. We're going to pause here and we will give over to our leader Samu just to unpack, because we want to practicalize this as well, ladies and gentlemen. How do you open a wallet? How do you send? How do you secure? And all that stuff. It needs to be very practical. All right. So my leader, Melly, I'll give over to you right now as we just get into the last segment. Please hold it there, ladies and gentlemen, hold it there, because we want to give you information that is going to empower you in a way that you'll come back to us and give us 10 Bitcoins. Thank you. Over to you, Samu.
Thank you, my leader. Thank you. So, oh, wow, what a session. What a session, guys. You don't go around with your private, you know, those private parts must be private. Don't ever share your private keys. I mean keys, guys, not parts. Don't ever share your private keys. That is such a beautiful example. Every time you want to give someone your private keys, it doesn't matter how much you trust that person, guys. It's exactly the same way how you don't just go around and give your PIN number. We don't even sometimes share our PIN numbers with our keys. You know what I mean? So how do you then just give someone your keys or your password? I mean, really, guys, this is your executive FNB, your Capitec, your Investec Bank, and all those things. Mr. Malava, thank you so much. That was really, really mouthful. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope and believe that you really got a lot of nuggets. I you know, as much as I think I know about the industry, but I think this session for me was also a very, very informative and learning, because why? A lot of us, those that have been introduced into the cryptocurrency, remember, when you don't get the proper foundation, you are always going to stumble back and forth. You don't know how to do it. Like the example that you gave up to say, if you have to send Bitcoin and you are using an Ethereum address, you'd have lost 1 Bitcoin, as I'm going to show you how much is 1 Bitcoin right now. So imagine if you have lost that. So before I just go to show you how you just go to open your wallets, which is our last segment, I'm thinking maybe we can just get few questions, those, or if you've got questions, just drop them into the chat box so that we can just go through your questions so long. But the last session that we're having is just to show you those that if there's anyone who doesn't have a wallet, a hot wallet for that matter, guys, it's so nice to learn about those things. There's a cold wallet, there's a hot wallet. So if you don't have the hot wallet, hello, which world did you live in? We're going to ask you that, to say, wait, which planet? Not on Earth. It can't be on Earth, because if the likes of Elon Musk they are into this space, which planet are you living in? So exactly why we also, Brito and I, we we kind of find ourselves in the space of being passionate about empowering and informing people about this beautiful era that we find ourselves in. And I think the passion is coming from how much money we have lost. I have lost money, so is Brito, because we really didn't have somebody who's going to take their time and say, I want to share. So, this information exactly, like had it been I knew or I got this information back in 2015 when I was introduced to blockchain and cryptocurrencies, guys, I should be stinking rich. I should be a rich girl. You know, those billionaire gang. I should be there. But guess what? Ignorance, guys, is so expensive. And never ever think that, no, I just want to learn how to make money. This is history. It's wasting our time. Let me tell you one thing. This is the very same history that you might think that is taking your time, that is going to make you different from somebody who's been into this cryptocurrency and blockchain space 5 years, 10 years later, but they still don't know what they're doing because they don't want to give themselves time to learn. No ways you can skip the learning process. I've learned it hard myself. I've lost, if I can tell you how much I've lost because of the ignorance. And it get me to a point whereby should I just discipline myself? Guys, back in 2017, I had over 20 Bitcoins. Let's check how much is Bitcoin now. So I hope everybody can see my screen. So guys, this is where, remember Mr. Malaba told us about the blockchain, the ledger, where when you get your account in FNB, there's someone who's keeping everything, and you go to FNB and say, can I have 30 days bank statement? And you get everything that you bought airtime, you bought here, you did this. So here, I would say it's not exact how the transaction, but this is where we find all the crypto assets that are there. It's a technology space. So there's always new things that are coming up. But also what you need to understand is that not all of them that are here are legit or whatever. So this is where I will highly recommend, not financial advice, but to say for someone to, before you just go about how much am I going to make, rather say how much can I learn? Then it's going to be easy for you to then say, how much am I going to make? So if you come here to CoinMarketCap, you can just browse through this in your phone, wherever. This is what Mr. Malaba was telling us to say the global crypto market cap is sitting at 2.29 trillion, and it reads how much we have in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, in DeFi, and all those things. So just to give you, just a little bit of it. So here, what also I've picked up with CoinMarketCap, you can just sign up your account. You can just create an account. So how do you create an account? I think I'm logged in here. Yeah. If you're not logged in, it's just going to say register or sign up. Then you just go put your email and your password. There's something that I've been doing every day, collecting diamonds. So when you collect these diamonds, it's absolutely free. I did collect in the morning. Then there are things that they put here that you can exchange your diamonds for those tokens, and you find out those tokens can be worth a while. I'll show you what I got for free tokens. How much did I make? So this is all coming from understanding and learning those things. So this is where we come, cryptocurrencies. Like we said, our Bitcoin. Sorry, yes, my leader.
Sorry, yeah, your screen is not showing. It's just a white strip.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, when I've spoken so much. Okay, let me share again. Share. This is it here. So guys, you're not seeing anything. All right, I didn't check the charts. Yeah. I thought maybe you're seeing, I can see LY. Okay, cool. All right, so this is what I was talking about. It's CoinMarketCap. Just go to your browser, www.coinmarketcap. And then you're going to have the screen. Like I said, this is where we get to see all the coins. So before, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I come in and check 50 coins to see how the market is. Fortunately, the market is green. So this is where we're going deeper. I think this is our module 3, Mr. Malaba, right? Where we now tell you the cycles of the market, when the market is red, when the market is green. Obviously, when the robot is red, you stop. When the robot is green, you go. If the market is this, that means we are going. Exactly what Mr. Malaba said. Just 2 weeks back, we're sitting at $40,000, one Bitcoin. But today, we're sitting at $54,000 US. And if you understand the cycles of the market, we're seeing that the Bitcoin has a growth. Guys, what happens with the market? Crypto market is very volatile. Some people have done Forex, stocks, property, shares, commodities. There's quite a lot of it. So the crypto market is very, very young. It's only 10, 11 years, started in 2009. So we are still very early and it's still volatile. But the adoption part now is becoming bigger. Remember, gold is used to be called a store of value, but right now, a lot of people, they're catching up their gold to come and store their value or their wealth in Bitcoin. Reason being, the Bitcoin goes up. It appreciates in value irregardless, as we're going to cover that. So this is what I was saying to you, that Mr. Malaba mentioned that our cryptocurrency total of everything, Bitcoin, Ethereum, other alternatives coin, we're sitting at 2.29. We see that we've got a drop of 0.58% decrease just after the last 48 hours. So if you come here, Bitcoin is the mother of them all. As much as, remember, when there's something that is in the space, we always want to, it's the nature of humans, I should say, which is beautiful. We want to simplify things and make them better. So Bitcoin solved the 2008 crash that Mr. Malaba spoke about, which come with the peer-to-peer system, and it works with demand and supply. It's not like the money that is printed every day in thousand and thousand. So here, this is what makes the Bitcoin price to keep on increasing in value, because of the demand and the supply. Those that do economics or e-commerce, I'm sure you understand those things. So when you come here, basically, that's the rank, the number of the asset. Bitcoin has always been number one. Well, I don't know, some people say Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin. I don't know how much it's going to take that to happen. And then here you just see the price of it. So the price is up and down. That's the nature of the market. And this is where you need to understand, to say, okay, if the market is coming up and down, some people are scared to say, oh, but we heard that Bitcoin was 65,000 just back in April. Now it's down. What? Am I going to lose my money? No, that's how you make money there. You just need, like I said, never skip the learning process for you to understand that one. So you can say the price, 24-hour price, 7 days. So the market cap of Bitcoin is sitting at over $1 trillion already. So this is the volume of what is being traded in Bitcoin. Like I saw an article, I tweeted this this afternoon. Somebody bought 2 billion worth of Bitcoins, like I think today, or if not yesterday. So guys, the circulating supply, remember, we only have up to 21 million Bitcoins. We're already having 18.8 Bitcoins that are circulating. What does that mean? It means that we are closer to a whole amount of Bitcoin being mined, which you're going to understand as we go further. So this is what is causing the price of the Bitcoin or crypto assets to grow in value. I want to say to each and everybody who is here tonight, whether you have been scammed, you lost money, it's just too early for you. Remember, guys, that these other industries that I spoke about, Forex, private's been there for over 100 years, property, don. But crypto, it's only 10 years and you are part of it. If you're going to take it seriously and you're going to equip yourself, 5 years from now, your story will be totally different, like literally so. Your story can be totally different. So these are other alternative coins, Binance, and you can go all the way down. Which one do we buy? You can buy Shiba Inu. Guys, Shiba Inu has blessed a lot of people these past 3 days. People buy Shiba for $100 and they say, oh no, in 4 days, I'm sitting at $700. That's the lifestyle of crypto. So guys, welcome to the money land. How do you open a wallet? I'm not going to really give you definitions of that one, but let's just talk about the word wallet. Please let me know if you still see my screen. So there's quite a number of exchanges which are said to be centralized because there's someone who's behind this exchange. I remember I was reading another article and another guy in Canada just went off with, I can't remember how many billion was it of people's assets in the exchange. So as you're going to learn with us, you're going to understand why, like Mr. Malaba said, if you've got millions of cryptocurrencies worth, you can't put them in altcoin trader. No, they're going to close and go. I'm not saying they're going to close and go, but I'm just saying for yourself, it's right. So altcoin trader is one of the biggest exchanges in South Africa. There's Luno.com as well. There's Val, but altcoin trader is one of those that you just come here. So how do you open a wallet? You come here, either register. So guys, it's just simple. You just call www.altcointrader, but also this is major in South Africa with different countries. I believe that we've got other people from other different countries. Countries like I don't know. Yeah, like there's different exchanges in different countries. And also some exchanges are allowed to be used. You know, those how the countries are. There are some countries that are very, very strict with their people being freedom. But guys, the good thing is that no one and nobody is going to stop the blockchain evolution, because this thing is not owned by anyone. You know, the guy that started this thing, I don't know, genius. So as much as they can try and do everything, but it's going to be different. So you just put your details here and all those things. If you do that, you'd have opened your wallet. Right, should I log in and show you my wallet maybe? Not my wallet per se, but just to say, if you've registered, so what you need to do, you register, that's the first stage. You can do this tonight. And when you've registered, what you need to do is to take your 100 Rand. How much can you buy from the crypto space? You can start from as little as 100 Rand. Who doesn't have 100 Rand? I can borrow you that 100 Rand, right? So that you can see what you can do. So again, if you're going to register, most of the platform, they require you to activate your it calls Google Authenticator, two-factor authenticator. So you download it on your phone instead of having WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Rather have, guys, those apps that really put money into your account. So you can just download that one and enable it in your 992,857, right? So this is my Google. So even if someone hacks me, and I think quite people have tried to hack me, but it was really difficult because of the Google Authenticator. So people can hack your email and try come to your altcoin trader. But now remember, they're not going to be able to have the Google Authenticator unless maybe if they've got your phone, so to say. So it's a safer way to do. So guys, this coin here, which is called SGB, I got this coin for free. It was 1,500 something. I just sold it just to show how much it's worth. How does it work? It was worth over 10 grand. So that's money that you just get for free, right? So this is what happens in cryptocurrency. So there's things that you do just for you to get there. So when you register here, you have created your account. It's going to ask you to do a KYC, which is your IDs, your identification, your proof of address as well. And then when you want to put your $100, you come here and just put deposit, rands rather. So you just come here. I'm just doing this for, I know we've got people that are very, very new into this one. Those that have already opened their wallets, they've got their altcoin trader. Well done, guys. Let's just be patient for those ones. So what I want to point out here is that the bank account, this bank account, you can send it to me. But if you put my reference, the money is going to come to my wallet. You see here where it says 651 Rand. If you put 100,000, it's going to come and be here because you have used my reference. So each and every person, when you create your altcoin trader account, it's going to give you a wallet. So this is where we are starting. If you are in another different country, please let us know. Then we can let you know which probably exchange that you can use in your country. Like in various countries, there's totally different things. So you can do that. One thing that I want to let you know again is that when you deposit, please don't go to the ATM, don't go in queue. I hope and believe that we all have the online banking. If you don't have, please make sure you've got an online banking. Then what you need to do, just need to transfer so that you are going to cut on charges. If you're going to deposit, let's say you put 10,000 Rand here, it might charge you 200 Rand for fees. But if you do EFT, it might charge you plus minus 100 Rand, maybe 50 Rand, something like that. So it's quite cheaper when you do the EFT. So rather go the EFT one. Mr. Malaba, should I show how to buy, or that's going to be for the next session?
Yeah, you can. Yes, leader, you can just show them how to buy.
Okay, cool.
Quickly, yeah, I think we can have an extra 5 minutes. That will
okay. So if you have deposited your money, it's gonna come and reflect here under ZAR. So guys, I've got really a huge portfolio. I almost have most of the coins here, but just to show you, I just said to leave that one. So let's say I want to buy, should I buy Shiba? Which one must I buy, Mr. Belaba, here? But you don't just come here and buy, but Shiba is too high. Okay, let's come and check it. So what I normally do, I go to CoinMarketCap. Guys, it's quite a bit of, understanding what you're doing. If the coin is already rallied, or okay, don't not word rallied rather, but those are the terms, right? It rallied. If it has gone up with, for example, okay, this is 20% in 7 days, 0.4 for today, it might be coming back, you know what I mean? But ideally, you must look at the coins that are red, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the losers, like I can buy Doge, let me buy Dogecoin, because you see today Dogecoin dropped by 0.477%, because you don't want to buy a coin that is already up, like Shiba today it went up with 3,000%. And if I'm buying there, I am buying at the top, which is something that we're going to teach you as we proceed. So you want to buy something that is on red. Guys, a secret or a tip, never ever buy on green. You buy the red candle and you sell the green candle. That's how you're going to make money. So let's just buy Dogecoin for the sake of this lesson. So you come here, remember you'd have deposited your monies there, and this is my account, or this is your account. So you go and click on Doge. And then what you do here, if you scroll a bit down, well, as you're going to learn, you're going to be able to read these charts and say, okay, this is the candle is doing this, but I don't want to give you more. So what you come and buy. On my far right here, there are current buyer offers and there are sellers. In the market, for you to buy, there must be someone who is selling. There's no magic. Don't ever hold, if this Doge that I'm buying at 3 Rand 68 cents now, if it goes to $10 to 10 Rand, 20 Rand, I must sell it to someone who is aping, who is wanna buying it at 20 Rand so that I can cash out and I would have made my profit, right? There is no magic of saying, but how am I going to buy? But because this is an exchange that is repeatable, I remember like back in 2015 when I started, this is the first exchange that we're introduced in, and there's already a lot of liquidity. Liquidity, we are talking about people or the volume of money that is being exchanged into this exchange, so that you're not the only one into that exchange, right? So let's buy here. If you're buying, you come here. Let's say you want to buy Dogecoin for 100 Rand, right? Like I said, you can start with 100 Rand. See, I would have bought myself 26 Doge. What you can do, I can take this price of $3.73, or I can shop around, to shop around at the Indian shop. That's where we normally negotiate. Say, no, my friend, I don't have 3 Rand 78 cents. I've got 3 Rand 68 cents. So I can put my own price. Let me just give you that example. And then say, okay, I want to buy it at 3 Rand, but you also have to be reasonable. There's 368. If you want to be at the top, let's say I want to put 368, 2003, I'm going to say 8 at the end, 0, right? And then I'm going to say buy Doge. So if I do that, my order will come and be here. Will come and sit here waiting for someone to buy. If someone wants to buy with my price, it's going to cancel, it's going to buy, and eventually that Doge is going to come and sit here. So that's another way of buying. Or another way of buying, if you're that person who says, no, like I've got a friend, if I start negotiating, she gets annoyed. So is that type of a friend who buys straight away. So you can come and say, I'm buying straight away with the price that is here. Let me buy Doge, buy. Right. So immediately with bought Doge. Even that one has gone through. See, even that one has gone through. That was quick, hey? So it depends. Like there's those two strategies. You see it already bought. Like I had 83 Doge. Now I'm sitting at 136 Doge, right? So now that I've bought Doge at 3 Rand 78 cents, I'm not going to sell at 3 Rand 50 cents because I would have run a loss, right? This is where Mr. Malaba comes in with his strategies and formulas and metrics and theses, so that you understand that you're supposed to buy at 3 Rand 73 Rand because Doge is going to go to 10 Rand. You would have analyzed that, guys. This is where the academy comes in. When the Doge comes to 10 Rand, even what you can do, you can come here and say, okay, I want to sell Doge at 10 Rand. Now that I bought, let's say I want to sell Doge at 10 Rand. If you're that person, some people think that when you're supposed to trade, you're supposed to be glued on your laptop every day. No, you don't have to. Now that my buy order has gone through, now I want to put my sell order. I'm predicting, or I've analyzed, or fundamentally tells me that Doge is going to go to 10 Rand. I'm just going to come and say 10 Rand, I am selling 100 Doge. So, and then what I'm going to say, sell. When I put that sell order, what it's going to do, it's going to come and sit here. What happened? Okay, I don't think it went through. Hold on. Okay, it didn't go through. Let's just put the price here. Maybe let me just say 5 rand for argument's sake. All right, and I'm selling, oh, sorry, I think I've done it wrong. I'm selling 100 Doge. So I'm gonna sell Doji at 5 rand. Okay, it keeps kicking me out, sorry. I don't know why. Error, insufficient funds to place an order. We are saying when I sell Doge at 5 rand. This is 5 rand, right? And when I sell amount of 100, yeah, this is going to be 500. Let's sell. All right, there it is. I don't know what I was doing wrong. So it comes and sit here. You see here. So like I've done it now, I can leave this thing and not open my laptop for whatever. What I'm saying is that when the market gets to 5 rand, I am selling 100 rand of my Doge that I bought at 3.73 rand. Does it make sense, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're all good. I think this is the first exchange where we should start off, where if you are in South Africa, and also the charges are quite cheaper. So the other exchange that we have is an international exchange. Please get back to whether Mr. Malaba or myself, then we can give you a link for Binance. This is an international one. So what you can do, please register. It's exactly the same thing. You register here and make sure that you verify. Upload your documents. Why are we doing that? Even if I've got million of money here, I want to withdraw this money. So you can withdraw this money and go straight to my FNB. Someone will say, okay, now that I've got my million is sitting at Altcoin Trader, what do I do? You come and click on your withdraw, and then you take your South African rand. You can withdraw cryptocurrency. But for you to withdraw, you need to be KYC'd or verified, if I can put it that way. So please make sure tonight, it's an exercise. Go and open this wallet. Binance, Mr. Malaba is going to send the link to those that invited. And then you just register here and make sure that you do your KYC. That's a very first step. And then welcome to the crypto world, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I don't know if we've got any questions. I don't want to bombard people with a lot of information. So guys, this is where we're starting, and I see joining Luto. We're not joining, right? Like we said, it's beautiful to do in network marketing, but do network marketing with understanding, because a lot of people, they are getting again scammed with network marketing. It's a beautiful industry that we can teach people about and understand what is it. The problem starts when you are going into network marketing without understanding, without knowing what you are doing. That's where the problem is. And this is where a lot of people end up losing money. And if you tell them about Bitcoin, they're like, oh, that Bitcoin, I lost money in that Bitcoin. I joined that Bitcoin. There's no joining of Bitcoin. You just go and register, open an exchange on a wallet, and then you put your money and you can make millions. Guys, millions. I don't know in dollars. I'm even aiming my millions in dollars, not in real anymore. So this is it from me. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, Mr. Malaba. Or if there's anyone with questions, please raise your hand so we can unmute you. If you have got anything to add, Mr. Malaba, you can.
No, awesome leadership. And I think maybe the students would understand that when you looked at the coin market cap, you saw a lot of 20% and 30%. You have Shiba that grew by 300% in just 7 days. Guys, the money is there. The ignorance is what's keeping us out of money. That's why we are simply saying, guys, let's come together and create an empowered, informed community of people that know and understand the industry. I mean, look at that, 24%, 15%, go up, Samu, go up.
I want to just say, so if you come here, you can see the biggest gainers, right? So, yes. but you need to be careful. You don't just ape into anything. But what we want to show you that Imagine if you had put $1,000 here and this coin has gone with 7,235%. That means your $1,000 is what, $70,000. Am I right? Or my math is wrong? Because the numbers here can be crazy. But yeah, and if you check how when did this happen, you might find out probably what happened in a week. So it's what Mr. Malaba is saying.
24 hours.
Yeah, it's 24 hours. Yeah, it's 24 hours. There you are. So that is possible for you to see those kind of gains. And it's also possible for you to see these kind of losses. You know what I mean? The same way, because the other thing that we need to teach you is that now that you have made money, I know it's psychological. I've been a victim myself. Now that I've seen $1,000 going to $7,000 or $70,000, should I cash out? What can it go to 140, whatever? You know, you become greedy. You need to take profit, guys, because the same way it went up, it's going to come down. So that's why you need to understand the dynamics of the market.
Yeah, I also wanted to state that, guys, for those that are going to be part of the academy, we are going to be having one-on-ones, appointments where we basically look into you. Who are you, basically? You are David. Yes, we know your name, but who are you when it comes to your risk appetite? Some of the portfolios that we're going to create, we're going to say, David, you don't belong into this portfolio range. Why? Because your appetite does not allow you to invest in those kind of portfolios, right?
Yeah.
Guys, we are doing something that is serious here. So it's customized. It's customized to the student, to the investor. Some are conservative, some are balanced, some are high risk. If you are high risk, that's who you are, and you can get into high risk, assets. And what I always say, that the higher the reward,
the higher the risk, right? Yeah, true. Yeah, right. The higher the reward, the risk.
Yeah, and we're taking these principles not from our heads, but we are educated in the aspect of portfolio management, building risk management. And we're going to use those principles, and you can make a calculated, informed decision. Thank you, Samu. I don't know if you have any questions, guys.
Do we have any questions, students? Please feel free to ask. We are definitely not going to give you those big words. We're going to be easy on you. If there's any question, please raise your hand so that we can unmute you. But other than that, this is it from us. Thank you so much. This is our first session. We've been doing other session offline rather. But guys, this is the birth of a massive academy that is going to not only change people's lives, but we believe that if you are informed, you are armed. So we want to arm people. When they go there, they know what they're talking about. All right, Mr. David, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say thank you, Mr. Malaba, and the co-host. People are doing a very good job.
Thank you. I really appreciate.
I want to first of all know, are we going to have a physical live lesson, teach a class?
Mr. Malaba, you can take that one.
And also, yes. Secondly,
yeah. Okay.
For people that based in Mozambique, what exchange? What's exchange? Like South Africa here, you are talking about altcoin trader.
Yeah.
What exchange platform would they use in order to grow or to become part of this awesome business?
You said in Mozambique, right? Maputo, I should say. Okay, I think the last time I checked, it was Coin Mama, and also altcoin trader. I had a few people that said you can use it. Did you try it, the altcoin trader?
No, I haven't tried it.
Okay, but yeah, we can just verify everything for you, and then we'll give you the proper answers. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. On your first question, King David is, yes, definitely. This is what the Academy is going to be doing, have live physical training, because we know that some of our people are not really clued up with virtual meetings, but they are interested and they want to know. So we are going to be having those physical meetings. We had one the previous week in an office in Rembek. So we're going to inform you when we are going to have our physical meetings. In fact, we want to have more of physical meetings than virtual, so that we can have that interaction that is more personal than the virtual meetings.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. David. Do we have anyone with any question? All right. I see here Jude. Jude, you can also ask your question. You can unmute yourself and ask.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Miss Amalia, if I'm right, and Mr. Brito, thanks for great presentation and unpacking the new trend towards making money.
Thank you.
Especially for we Africans. I most appreciate your time. What I would like to ask is just a very short one. Thanks for the Academy. I think it's quite interesting and quite straightforward. Besides, with patience, I'm sure we'll be able to learn more on how to deal with the technical aspect of it. However, you did mention about when you were speaking about Luno and then the outcome trader.
Yes.
And it seems you're also trading. My question, or rather would be, my view would be, when will we have more hands-on on the technical aspect of this cryptocurrency studies? Because I think that's where people wish to see more of input from you guys to enable us to understand. But the more technical we go as soon as possible, the more easier it becomes for people to understand and be able to not have so many questions. The reason is I have been with for some quite time now, and it has been taking us through. And I noticed on a different group, I think that's Hyperfund, there was a guy who was asking a very serious question today, and he was seemingly, I don't know whether you guys saw, he was seemingly getting angry while he wants to do this and that, and feeling so frustrated. However, I noticed that the leader, one of the leaders, was able to carry him through. And so the information people carry from one place to another sometimes confuse us. Do you understand? So, and I believe in certain, this seems to be more or less a distant science course. And we science students, we believe in more a practical aspect of life. So Brito, thank you for understanding the first question from Mr. David. Not necessarily we have to meet with you one-on-one on daily basis, but creating a more information into what you taught us today, how practically could we go in, will enable us to
do we have Mr.
Right.
Jude, or we lost him?
Grow in the understanding and the ability to be able to, I mean, and yeah, the technical understanding is probably what I'm thinking. When will you guys take up that? Thanks again for your time and for the presentation. We look forward to learning more. Thank you, guys. And
thank you.
That's it there.
Okay. Mr. Malava, over to you on that question.
All right, thanks, Mr. Jude. Yes, the practical aspect is what we want to get to because it's about knowing the dynamics of the platforms, knowing where to click and what to do. Yeah. So as Leader Meli was saying, that on Wednesdays we have physical meetings in Rembek, where now we go practical. We're going theory plus practical. So that our mental models, as we get into crypto, we can never make a mistake, because the reason why people make mistakes is because the framework of their thinking lacks foundational knowledge. So it's going to be a combination. After each lecture, there is a practical aspect that we're going to be doing. that is solid, that is robust and well informed, so that when you come out, you have something to take home, something to go and practice. And when you come back the next time, you've got practical questions that you would have maybe failed to do a certain aspect. So we're going to be communicating with the students as well at the appropriateness of time. We understand the different spaces in which we are, and those probably that cannot access us physically. All that basically is looking at the students' needs and also what the academy can provide, and coming to a winning compromise. So in short, Jude, is that on Tuesdays, we are going to have our practical lectures that are going to be both theory and practical.
Thank you very much. That's very interesting.
At the end, Jude, you must be able to do it on your own and be able to come back and say, Brito, here is 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah. Looking forward
Amazing.
to that.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think, like I said, thank you so much. Just to
Thanks
add
so much,
on,
guys. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Just to add on, we're going to create a Facebook group rather, instead of WhatsApp and all those things, where we can just reach out to our students. And obviously I know some people, they might say, I know introduction to blockchain, but if you ask them, what is a cold wallet? What is a hot wallet? You know, those kind of things, we get to miss it. So what we're gonna do, so that we can accommodate everybody, we can be fundamental, and then we can be technical, kind of try and put it together so that we can go with everybody. Sorry.
Okay,
I think
that's
so.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jude, and thanks, David, for those questions. So we are going beyond the hype, guys. We are not going to be coming here hyping, and all that. We want to give you peaceful, foundational knowledge, and that can make you be on your own and make millions.
Amazing.
That's what the academy is about, and we're going to be always in contact with you as we go forward. And I want to tell you that it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very, very exciting, and not only exciting, but rewarding. Thank you. Tandiwe, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Tandiwe.
Okay. My name is Tandiwe. It's just my first time here. I just find the invitation for the video meeting today. So I say, let me just jump in and to see how is it go. What I'm saying is, I want to thank everybody, because it's really giving us an idea that there's something that we can do for ourselves than to depend to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that idea, to be honest, because we're trying to make money, and I'm so jealous when I heard my sister saying that, oh, I've already been making some millions or thousands. I don't know what she said. But I'm really, really happy. I'm looking forward to try that, because sometimes if you didn't try, or you know what's going on, you don't know what's going on. You think it's very difficult to be on internet and making some money for yourself. That's why we are getting scams every single day, because we are trying to put our money in the hands of some people who are really, really want to put us down. But what I'm saying is, I say thank you so much, guys. I'm looking forward to do that. Because I don't have anyone here, and here in England. But when you say you were gonna have a meeting on Tuesday, you say?
Wednesday.
The Wednesday one is offline, but we are going to have the Zoom calls because we really want to push it more into the virtual space, like you're saying, in England, so that we can reach far and wide. And when you grow there in England, that's when we're just going to have those tours of meeting people into their respective spaces, because we're all going to be millionaires at the end of the day. Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Thank you so much, to be honest. Thank you. Congratulations, Sissy, for your making your million.
Thank you. It's possible. Anybody can do it.
I hope so, to be honest. Thank you so much, Sissy. Bye-bye, guys. Yeah.
So you don't have to really worry, because we will always connect with you via online for now. Like we said, we're just meeting in Randbeck, which is the offline space. But exactly, we share our screen, we show you how you click, where you click, you know what I mean? So you're really going to be able also equally the same opportunity as people that are offline.
All right. Okay. That would be really helpful, to be honest, because sometimes you try to ask some other people to help you, but some other people, they don't have time to take you through those things. Like when you are taking a 5-year-old from the preschool to the first year in a class, you know, so they think like that, but sometimes you are not that difficult. It's just because it seems like they don't have time to help you through, you know.
No, I think between me and Brito, we both passionate, because I mean, we've been teaching people literally the whole time, and we never took it so serious. We just that now we're like, okay, can you just get serious now and get this thing going? I promise you, we've made people that, you know, as much as we didn't know anything as we started, and we managed to, as long as you've got the heart of learning and the spirit of learning, that's all we ask from you. The rest, you will just take care of it.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Anyway, goodbye for now.
Okay, it's a pleasure. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. I think we good with questions. We don't have everyone with question. If you're not willing to ask, or you're shy to ask to everyone, please just inbox between me and Mr. Malaba, then we will gladly assist you. Like I said, I believe we all have Facebook. Should we do Instagram? I don't want to do a WhatsApp group, you know what I mean? I don't want to do a WhatsApp. I've dealt with WhatsApp group in other spaces that I didn't like. So I just really want to do it differently this time around. So maybe we're going to do I have an IG group or Facebook group where we can easily access everybody, or so that we can reach out to everybody on a day-to-day basis, whatever we share on a spaces of day-to-day, because the space is very volatile, like Mr. Malaba said. Hence, we need to be engaging to each other. We can't be engaging once a week or twice a week. No, it's not going to allow us to do that. So yeah. Mr. Malaba, in closing, what are you saying? Then we can call it a night.
And in closing, I just want to thank everybody that has come. We are wanting to change the face of Africa. Africa is always behind on everything. We are consumers. We are consumers. And so when every other race has made money, then we start saying, there's money there. So we just want to change that. Yeah. So we're going to be global. We're going to be, particularly African. I think we understand each other, and it's going to be good. But we want to also make sure that we customize our training so that it suits everybody that is here. Some of you might just be looking for long-term results. Some of you might be looking at short to medium-term results and all that. And we're going to give you the tips. When you want to be in that space, what do you do? So having said that, it has been good to be with you. You are awesome and so beautiful from the black screens that I see. So we can only say goodbye for now.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening, everybody, and God bless you. Goodbye.